Hello, welcome to Biology for You. In this video, we are going to discuss DNA ligase. So, in the series of videos, we have been discussing different concepts in molecular biology, different processes in DNA replication. So, here we are going to discuss what is DNA ligase and what is its function in the DNA replication, and followed by what is the mechanism or mode of action of the DNA ligase on DNA. So, coming back to the first point, what is ligase? Ligase is an enzyme which seals the gaps between the single-stranded breaks. That means it is not kind of addition of nucleotides in the similar to the DNA polymerase. It will not add any nucleotides in the strand, but it seals the gap. That means between two adjacent nucleotides, if there is no phosphodiester bond, this DNA ligase is able to perform phosphodiester bond between the adjacent nucleotides. So it is a sealing enzyme basically. And what is its function? Major function of it is in DNA replication, to seal the Okazaki fragments, and followed by it is also involved in the DNA replication, and it is also involved in the DNA repair. So DNA ligase is basically an enzyme involved in DNA recombination, replication, and repair. So basically it is a ubiquitous enzyme, and its presence is essential for cell all over the time. And this is basically there are two versions of it. One is E. coli type and the other is T4 bacteriophage type. And the major function of this enzyme is to seal the gaps. And it is an ATP dependent enzyme. That means it requires energy. So based on the type of enzyme, the energy requirements are different. So for E. coli, it need NAD as an energy source, and for T4 bacteriophage type of ligase, it need ATP as an energy source. Basically, these two sources will donate their AMPs, that means adenine monophosphate, to the enzyme so that enzyme can seal the gap. So basically, it will not add the DNTPs into the nucleotide growing chain similar to the polymerases, but it will only seal the gaps. That means it will only make a phosphodiester bond between two adjacent nucleotides. That is why it require only it will work with only the AMP, so it need an external energy source. And basically the E. coli DNA ligase is a enzyme with 673 amino acids, and the molecular weight of this enzyme is 75 kilodaltons nearly, and it is coded by like azine. So this is all about the DNA ligase. So coming to the mechanism, how really this DNA ligase will work. So as we discussed, it seals the gaps between the single-stranded DNAs. So it is very essential for to perform all these functions. So how it works? As we already discussed, it is an enzyme which is dependent on the AMP for its action. That means, so let us consider a DNA ligase and that is going to seal the gap between two adjacent nucleotides present in a single stranded DNA. So it might be occurs during the process of repair or replication, or maybe recombination. So how it works? As we already understood, it is a NDP or ATP dependent. That means if that is the E. coli, this is NDP dependent enzyme. That means it releases pyrophosphate and NDP is the donor of AMP and MN, and ATP will release pyrophosphate to give its AMP in the case of T4 bacteriophage, and this DAMP will be going and binding with the DNA ligase enzyme, and the process is called adenylation of ligase. So the first step during the action of ligase is the adenylation of the enzyme. So this AMP is going to bind with the ligase enzyme. So basically ligase is the enzyme which is having a terminal lysine. That means this lysine have NH2 group. NH2 group is the place where AMP is going to be attached. So to the terminal lysine, the amino group will be adding this AMP to the enzyme. So after adenylation of this ligase, how it works? So if this is the DNA that has got a gap that has to be sealed, and the nucleotide, this is the 5' and 3' end, this is again 5' and 3' end. So here at the 3' end there will be a OH group, and at the 5' end there will be a free phosphate group. So here like this, but the phosphodiester bond is not formed between these two. So what will happen? Basically the adenylated ligase will add its AMP, will transfer its AMP to the 5' phosphate group. So and the enzyme will be released after that. That means the adenylated enzyme will come and add its AMP so this adenylated enzyme will come and add its AMP to it. By that the enzyme is released. So here the OH group remains the same. So to this phosphate group, so here the negative charge will be neutralized, and again here a phosphate So basically this is how the enzyme will donate its AMP to the terminal phosphate. So what will happen? Here the OH group enzyme will also act on the OH group, and it makes the nucleophile attack on the double bond. So what will happen in the next step? So this is activation of, this can be considered as activation of phosphate by addition of, so this is the second step, by the addition of AMP to the gap. And here what will happen in the next step? Oxygen so here the oxygen so this oxygen attack on this double bond, and here these nucleotides this electrons will be donated to this bond, so that this AMP is again released. So during the third stage, again release of AMP and sealing of the gap. So this is the third stage. During the third stage, what will happen? The gap is, that means the phosphodiester bond will be formed. So likewise, the phosphodiester bond is formed between two adjacent nucleotides and the gap is sealed. So this is how in these three stages the enzyme ligase will work on the DNA gaps, and it makes the phosphodiester bond between two adjacent nucleotides, and it need an energy in the form of AMP, which is contributed by either by ATP in the case of T4 ligase, and in the form of NDP in the case of E. coli ligase. So this is how the ligase will function. Hope you understand this concept, and if you like, share and subscribe to my channel and press bell icon for the further notifications. Thank you.